In everyday life, any experience of external influence impacts and affects the way people behave and interact with each other. And perception and person perception play a very important role in shaping people's personalities, reactions, and consciousness. We are all different and we all have our own character and personality. Consequently, we have our own way of perceiving the world and people around us, and how we are treated. In addition, stereotypes can lead people to treat others differently, holding them to different standards and perpetuating gender-related issues in our society. These perceptions and evaluation are underpinned by both explicit and implicit biases, and especially the unconscious ones are the most dangerous, able to create significant barriers in the workplace and in everyday life situations, especially for women. Indeed, at least 50% of women working in majority male workplaces in STEM fields declare that their gender has been an obstacle for their careers. On average, they report higher rates of gender discrimination, and they are less likely to see fair treatment or adequate attention to gender diversity and inclusion. Very commonly, women experience distractful behavior, put-downs, and negative comments that convey the false narrative that women are lesser than their male counterparts. Many women also report that they are granted less respect and authority and have to work harder to be successful when compared with men. They feel they need to constantly prove themselves in order to be respected by co-workers, and in the long term, this leads them to believe that overall their gender has made it harder for them to succeed at work. Sometimes they even believe that women who want to be taken seriously are supposed to substantiate their seriousness with a studied difference in order to make the right impression. In disciplines like engineering, they can also suffer from invisibility. Despite they are highly visible as women, their abilities as engineers are disgraded or even constated. This is commonly known as gender credibility gap, the phenomenon in which women are not perceived to be as credible as their male colleagues. The gender credibility gap is very common, and it can cause a chain reaction where women feel less worthy and less capable than men. However, we must not forget that the same can happen to any other gender. For example, men displaying qualities such as empathy at the workplace may be called soft or whipped, resulting in a verbal weapon that mocks or punishes men while demeaning women. Consequently, people may start considering their gender as the reason that might receive an unfair treatment, and this could easily lead to a consequent loss of confidence. The possible influence of gender biases and stereotypes on person perception of treatment can be investigated by focusing on the daily dynamics between colleagues in the workplace or in the academic environment. These are, for example, co-workers making gender-related jokes, judgments, or other because of prejudice and stereotypes, or people experiencing lack of confidence or feeling uncomfortable when hearing this type of comments or being underestimated because of their gender. These are all evidence on how different treatment can be experienced and how this can badly influence the individual's person perception, especially in situations characterized by unbalanced gender representation. Of course, investigating people's opinions, what they have experienced and how they felt about it, is fundamental to understand all main dynamics and possible consequences with the aim of to find the proper approach to fight this trend and improve the current situation. In the next episode, we will focus more on the impact of gender inequality on perception and person perception in the aerospace field and its possible impact on individuals' possibilities. If you want to know more about this project, follow the Rome local group of Women in Aerospace Europe on Facebook and Instagram and reach out to share your experiences.